Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, NASCAR Auto Parts Series, Bennett Transportation and Logistics 250 from Echo Park Speedway. The 40th time that the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series has ran on Echo Park Speedway. This is race 2 of 33 here in 2026. Obviously, last week I picked Big Country to win, which, I mean, it was Daytona. Why don't you pick Big Country to win? Of the 4 picks last week, 2 top 5, a win, 2 top 5s, and 4 top 10s. So this week we have 250 1.02 miles at around the 1.5 miles of Echo Park Speedway, 163 laps, 3 stages, 45, 45, and 73. Now, Austin Hill has won 5 of the last 7 races at Echo Park Speedway in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. 15 of the last 17 Echo Park Speedway winners have started in the top 10. 8 of the last 9 have started in the top 10. Now, Big Country's won 5 of the last 7. Big Country starting 20th. Why is Big Country starting 20th? I think they decided to trim that car out for handling versus speed, and that's the one thing about Echo Park Speedway is a lot of teams are starting to do. They're starting to look at handling for the race versus raw speed in qualifying. Now, if you look at these, 15 of the last 17 winners started in the top 10. Top 10 is Sam Mayer, Carson Kvapil, Taylor Gray, Sheldon Creed, William Swalowich, Rajah Caruth, Gio Ruggiero, Sammy Smith, Corey Day, and Jesse Love. Got some fast guys there, you know? Now, 8 of the last 9 winners started in the top 5. Sam Mayer, Carson Kvapil, Taylor Gray, Sheldon Creed, and William Swalowich. So yeah, we got some fast hot rods there as well. Now, can Big Country come from 20th? Yeah, he can. We've seen him do it before. Obviously, Jesse Love is qualified 10th. He's another one of those RCR guys who just, ran well at Daytona. They ran well at Atlanta as well. Now, we have 3 notables in this race. We have Gio Ruggiero driving the 19 for Joe Gibbs Racing, with Brent Cruz not being 18 yet. On these tracks above 1.5 miles, they needed, or 1.5 miles or above, they needed somebody over the age of 18. And Gio Ruggiero is doing that when they go to Phoenix, when they go to Coda. Brent Cruz will be in the car, and then there's a couple other races that Gio will drive or somebody else will drive, and then we'll put Brent in full time. And Cody Ware is in the number 30 for what is the name of that team? Where's it at? Here it is. Oh, Barrett Cope Racing. Couldn't think of who the first part of that. So he's in that number 30, and then in the 32 for Jordan Anderson Racing, we have Ross Chastain. He qualified. Where is Ross? He qualified 30th. All right, in the last 8 races, now this goes back to since the reconfig, 2022, Jesse Love is average running position of 5.37. Austin Hill's average running position is 7.51. Connor Zilisch, 8.96. Carson Kvapil, 9.14. Taylor Gray, 10.52. Harrison Burton, 12.85. Justin Allgaier, 13.31. Nick Sanchez, 13.77, Sam Mayer, 14.09, and Sammy Smith, 14.13. In those same races, average finishing position, Nick Sanchez, 3.0 with a win. Austin Hill, 5.62 with 5 wins. Jesse Love, 10.0. Harrison Burton, 10.5. Carson Kvapil, 12.5. Sammy Smith, 13.5. Brandon Jones, 15.0, Jeb Burton, 15.75, Jeremy Clements, 17.5, and Sheldon Creed, 19.0. Now, since we don't have playoffs anymore, we have the chase. We're going to run down the chase standings and where we stand at. Now, it's only one race, but it's still never too early to look at points, because points matter no matter what now. As we take a look at the chase standings, obviously with the win, Austin Hill is not locked into the chase. So the win and in is gone. So right now, he leads the points by 25 over Justin Allgaier, 28 over Carson Kvapil. Now, it's going to be interesting to see Carson Kvapil this year. He'll have time in the 1 for Junior Motorsports, the 9 for Junior Motorsports, and then the 91 for DGM Racing. So it's going to be interesting to see how, if any effect that has on his ability to run up front and run well this year. Jesse Love minus 38, Sammy Smith minus 39, Blake Perkins minus 39, Ryan Sieg minus 41, Roger Carruth minus 41, Ryan Ellis minus 44, Parker Retzlaff minus 47, Anthony Alfredo minus 49, and Brendan Poole minus 50. Those are the ones that are in the chase right now, top 12 in points. Kyle Sieg minus 53 and William Sawalich minus 53 as well. If you look back on the last 5 seasons, the number of points it took to be 12th or above in points, this is not including the reset, this is just raw points. To be 12th or above, you needed at least 630 points. Now, to get to 630 points in the 26th regular season, you need to average 24.2 points per race. So if you can go out and average, say, 25 points per race, you can make the chase on points. Now, obviously, you'll be down a little bit. You'll be a little behind entering the playoffs. Obviously, the higher you finish, the more points you get. The more wins you get, the more points you get. But to at least make the chase, if that's your goal, top 12 in points to make the chase, you need at least a minimum of 630 points. That's based on the last 4 seasons. That's an average of 24.2 per race. So obviously races like this, stage points are invaluable. You don't know what's going to happen in that final stage. So if you can get stage points, get them. Obviously, green flag pit stops here are just a day killer because of the way the pit road is. We've only had one, at least in the Cup Series, one green flag around the pit stops ever at this track. So we'll see what happens there. But on the O'Reilly Auto Parts side, my 4 picks to win the Bennett Transportation Logistics 250. Now remember last week I picked my 4 picks to win were Jesse Love, who finished 9th, Austin Hill, who won, Justin Allgaier, who was 2nd, and Carson Qualpa, who was 7th. I'm literally picking this same 4 drivers this week: Austin Hill, Jesse Love, Justin Allgaier, and Carson Qualpa. 4 top 10s last week. Got the victory there with Austin Hill. Now remember those stats from earlier. 15 of the last 17 Atlanta winners qualified inside the top 10. 8 of the last 9 qualified inside the top 5. Carson Qualpa, one of my picks, is 2nd. That's my only pick in the top, and Jesse Love is 10th. So 2 of my 4 picks are qualified into the top 10. Justin Allgaier qualified 11th, and then Austin Hill qualified 20th. So we will see now if the day is rained out tomorrow. We will have the Xfinity Series on Sunday morning, the Cup Series in the afternoon, and then the Truck Series in the evening. Let's just hope we get it both in tomorrow and have a doubleheader on Saturday instead of a tripleheader on Sunday. Stay tuned to our sports show for the preview of the Cup race tomorrow or Sunday. Now, I did want to mention there's been some controversy this week on NASCAR with the way they give license out and how they evaluate drivers on if they can drive in NASCAR's top 3 series. I know with the Truck Series there was some stuff with Cletus McFarland, and we heard what Freddie Kraft had to say about that, and some other people chimed in how the approval process works. And here's the thing. We had a guy in the Truck Series, Minnie Tyrell, who had less experience at Daytona than Cletus had, because Cletus ran a bunch of ARCA races. Minnie Tyrell didn't have an issue, and then on the O'Reilly Auto Parts race, there was an issue there with Natalie Decker when she came in, and everyone was complaining about her license and how she got approval, and she shouldn't even be there. She's 28 years old, so it's not like she's really old or really young. She's had 14 O'Reilly Auto Parts Series races. She's had 32 truck races and 31 ARCA Menards Series races, so she is well qualified to be racing a O'Reilly Auto Parts car at Daytona. She ran last year at Daytona in the fall, in the summer, whatever you want to call it. She ran a couple years ago in the summer race. She ran 2024, the Daytona race for GGM, finished 18th actually. We know that these drivers no matter who they are, things can happen. We saw with Cletus, he spun himself out. We saw with her, everybody's like, well, she had plenty of time to avoid the accident. Go back and watch that accident. That 41 car went up the track. Typically on these banked tracks, the car goes down. So I can understand from all the racing that I've watched, and you can go back and you can see wrecks in the last 20 years where the same thing has happened, where the car went where it wasn't typically going to go. It went up the track. She went up the track to avoid it, and there the car was. So that's a communication error with the spotter to not realize, to tell her that, hey, the car's going up the track, go low. Typically, if the car is going to be down on the inside, you're going to go high to go around it. So I don't think that's a approval issue. I don't think there's an issue there at all. My opinion is NASCAR needs to keep doing what they're doing, because we've not seen anything that, Kyle Busch has just lost it driving. So if Cletus just lost it coming off of 4, we've seen other drivers, multiple time champions, just lose it. We've seen Kyle Larson do that. So things are going to happen regardless. I just hate that fact that we look at one little incident and we start hammering down the approval process when there's other drivers that have less experience in the same race. I know somebody mentioned online about you need to have it where they run so many ARCA races, so many truck races to get approved. Okay. So by doing that, that is your approval process, okay. But if a Justin Newgarden, if a Scott McLaughlin, if a Graham Rahal, somebody on the IndyCar side says, hey, I want to do the Indy Charlotte double. I want to jump in a cup car at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Make it happen for me. Sorry, you got to run X number of ARCA races first. You got to run X number of truck races first in order to get approved for the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. You have to run X number of those races in order to get approved for Cup Series. Sorry. 2023, Shane Van Gisbergen. Sorry, Shane, you can't come run Cup because the approval process goes this way. You have to do this, this, and this. Sorry, you can't just come do a Cup race. We got to kind of have some. You can't just have it that. There's got to be some other, what they do now is fine because it works and it brings people into the sport, like a Travis Pastrana, like a Cletus McFarland, like a Minnie Tyrell. Guess what? That truck race, that is the highest viewed truck race in a decade. Because Tony Stewart was in it. Because Cletus McFarland was in it. Because Travis Pastrana was in it. That's a good thing for the sport of NASCAR. Anyway, the 4 picks to win the Bennett Transportation Logistics 250. Austin Hill, Jesse Love, Justin Allgaier, Carson Quapple. As always, thanks for watching Rubber Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Rubber Sports Show, your YouTube leader, sports content.